Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Cultural Reset. This is Nick and Shay, back here again with another artist interview. This week, we're very excited to have an artist who has a electronic vibe, J-pop indie with like a hint of rocker, based out of New York. It's Shihori.
Yay!
Welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. We really just appreciate you.
Yeah.
To get things started, we just really want to get to know where you come from, where your journey started, kind of like how you got to where you are.
Okay, I'm singer-songwriter based in New York right now, and I came to Americas in 2018, and I have been singer-songwriter for quite long years, and so I also write songs for other people in Japan, anime music or game or idol groups or those people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and they came here, and now I'm trying to seek bigger opportunities as a singer-songwriter right now.
Yeah, I forgot to mention in your introduction, should have, that you have a song, Battle Queens on League of Legends,
Yeah,
which I'm sure
yeah.
many people are familiar with. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a great honor that I did that last year, end of the
Mm-hmm.
last year, and it was so exciting. New job.
Oh my gosh, music is actually I feel very critical to gaming because it's like it makes a game. It's like when the music is awesome, it's like you want to be there in that experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was curious, where did your kind of creative journey begin? I wanted to know where you started. When did you decide that you wanted to go into music?
Yes, that was very stunning experience. When I was 7, I was in a bus for like a school picnic, which had all grades of kids and parents, and like it was like a monkey park in the bus,
Yeah.
and everybody was they were singing like a karaoke and um, but I was kind of Asperger type of kid, so I couldn't communicate with other kids, and I was silent, so silent,
Mhm.
and just sitting there. And very at the end of the trip, somebody asked me, "Shihoris-chan, can you sing something?" Okay, but I don't know anything like popular songs, and oh, that's fine. Like, just sing anything a cappella. Okay, and I sang a song, um, one song in a cappella, and at the moment everybody stopped. Monkey part became perfect silence, and kids or parents, everybody was staring at me, and
Silence.
oh my god, oh my, what is it? And that was so shocking to me, and that was the very first moment for me to recognize the other world,
Mhm.
like outside of my own world. And I guess that moment led me to like think about becoming a singer to communicate or like affect something like to the
Right.
world through my music. And immediately I started to write songs, and like I sang my original song in front of my mom.
Oh
And
my.
this, yeah, how I started songwriting and singing.
Wow. So it was almost like a form of communication for you because you said like you were wouldn't talk like it wouldn't communicate with the other kids, but like when you got the chance to sing, like that was your voice, that was your power.
Yeah, that's so amazing and a mysterious moment.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's really, really cool. I mean, I'm just thinking about that. So for you, were you horrified when they asked you to come up on the stage? How did you feel when that moment sort of happened?
How I felt?
Yeah.
Um, I was so just very stunning, like shocking,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But actually, that happened every time I sang after that. Since after that.
Hmm. So you had that same sort of feeling every time you sang, every time you performed?
Yeah, every time. Like got in the school, like at the music class, and like there was test, and everybody has to sing something in front of everybody. Then every time I sang, and everybody stopped. Oh, again, 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 again.
Again, encore.
Yeah,
encore.
really, 100%. It happened all the time for years, like over 10 years or like.
That's such a humble brag moment. Just everybody just stops switching.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how you know everybody is kind of put under that trance and wants to be there and like recognizes your talent and your pitch perfect. How has your experience been in the New York scene?
In New York, I saw something interesting reaction from people. I guess it seems like because I'm the very expressive person, outgoing, expressive person right now, and it seems like that's a kind of very different from what people think about the Asian artist or Asian female, and so many people reacted. Wow, your energy is so powerful and amazing. I never saw like you, like Asian female singer. And so it seems like that's very shocking. I'm not sure.
Has it ever been more than just like the shock response? Is it because like a lot of the times we have artists that are kind of like, oh, okay, you're this type of person, this is what we expect from you, because that's what they're like, okay, well, this is what we can sell, we can market you as this. But has your experience been mostly positive?
Yeah, I think so. It's very positive and interesting to me. Yeah, which has been very natural to just express like that on the stage. But people reacted more positive than I expected here. So that was very happy thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So while you were coming up in the music industry, did you? I know that you. So actually, I'll start it off like this. So explain to us, like, kind of what it's been like for you as somebody who has, you lost hearing in your left ear, right? But you're pitch perfect in your right ear.
Yeah.
Right. What has it been like for you navigating music, with that sort of condition?
Yeah, this is very interesting that it's very inconvenient in the normal life because but this ear is just a natural born, so I never heard from left side, which is always it's monaural to me. And that made me put into the situation that I have just monaural word, and I have like that just I have this so strong concentration in this like monaural world. So I don't notice when people like talk to me like Shihori-chan, and I never notice, and I just concentrate. Then probably the left ear is language ear and the right ear is music ear. That's what I learned from those studies, like, or books. And oh, that's interesting. And probably that's why I have the perfect pitch in just right ear, to just using only right ear for long. And then so this condition makes me like very into this, like, my interest. So I love this condition actually.
Like it's allowed you to like hyper focus on your craft.
Yeah, it is.
That's amazing. When did you figure out that the right ear is the music ear? Because I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was when I was 18. You were reading the books. Yeah, like a Mozart healing or something, those like a music therapy type of concept of book I was reading, and oh my god, this makes sense.
Right? Yeah.
Perfectly. Yeah, that's why.
It's like, oh, this is why I'm pitch perfect.
Yeah, and I wasn't good at the like hearing language as language. I hear the language is more music, the sound.
Wow.
So you're
So
better at hearing sound than you are at hearing regular like talking.
yeah, it's very hard. Like when I just hearing the conversation just on over the phone,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
or it, and it just hearing the conversation. Even in Japanese, it's very hard for me to understand. Like especially over three people conversation, it's
Mhm.
really I can't hear.
Mhm.
It's a very hard problem. So, but that's because my left ear is deaf. That makes sense perfectly.
Mhm.
Also,
Oh my gosh, I just had a question. Okay, so when you are writing a song, when you're putting a song together, when you're actually sitting down and getting creative, what does that look like for you? How do you kind of get yourself into that space, or are you always in that space, in that creative space?
yeah. When I get inspiration, I immediately get into the world. So even when I'm shopping, during the shopping, I get this melody. Okay, and put out my notebook and
Oh my gosh.
or even when I'm in the venue and I'm hearing like watching this like rock band and so like loud space, but I get this inspiration. Okay, and I start writing melody on my notebook.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter where am I.
I will definitely say I was listening to a bunch of your music. I was bopping around, you've got a lot of singles out there. You've got an album from last year, and I was listening to your scope of music, and it's like you really do several different styles very well. I
Oh,
mean,
thank you. Yes.
it was like, is this the same artist? It was
Yeah.
really
Versatile.
cool. Yeah. So it's like, so you do, I mean, like you said, you'll be at a rock band concert and you'll be like picking up on that. I just think that's amazing. Like what must be going on in your brain? Like all
Oh,
of this
thank you.
coming together.
Yeah, I really appreciate you perceive that like that. And but sometimes those industry people told me that it's really hard to put me into one genre. And
Well,
nobody
good.
can say
Well,
like,
good.
Very
so
good.
what's your genre or what's the like a closest artist with you? No one.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's the biggest thing about what we do. That's not exactly. That's the reason why we exist. Like we do not want any artist to confine to any.
Yeah, everybody's different, right?
Everybody's different, and then everybody has different versions of themselves that they want to express
Yeah.
at different times, or on the
Yeah.
same album whenever they want. So like, that's kind of what my question is for you. So like, when you're songwriting, when you're creating art for other people, do you feel like you're limited in some capacity when it comes to like creating sounds and songs for them? Like, are you limited in some way? Do you feel like you can't really be yourself, or do you bring a piece of you to that process as well?
This is a very interesting question because it's very different from me to write songs for myself or and writing for other artists or for anime theme song or those things. It's completely different. And so when I write songs for other artists, I really research about the artist and what's this personality and kind of I would become something like a more actress.
Hmm.
So I try to be this person.
Right.
And I write a song as if I am this person.
Uh huh.
Yeah, like if this person were to be a singer-songwriter,
Uh-huh.
what song would she write or something like that?
Oh my,
Right,
wait,
like
from
putting
the
yourself in
perspective.
the shoes of another artist.
Yeah.
So when you write anime music, how is that different from writing music that you're going to put on an album? Because I know that like when you're writing with anime, it's going with a story.
Mhm.
Yeah. Exactly. So I always try to really into that world and read all the scenarios or buy the all the comics, and read everything, and and just write songs as the a main character, or yeah,
Right.
like that. Pretty much like actress, I think.
Yeah, it really, because like with acting, you have to take the mindset of another person and kind of like embody it. You know, you have to start to have the motions and the characteristics of this person that's not yourself, but you're still able to create as that person, because it's like you've still got your creative brain up here, but the rest of it is this other person. And so you're filtering, you're almost like putting your creativity through the mold of this character.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Amazing description, actually.
Thank you.
So on that end, I also wanted to ask about your latest album. So Shihori, you released it in 2020. What was the process like for you when you were creating that album? Like, what was it like for you sitting down and creating all those songs that really sound a lot different than one another?
Yes. The album about the one I haven't released yet, or the single.
So I think that Nick, you're talking about Shihorism.
Right.
Shihorism. I see. That was the self-cover album, and so I kind of covered the songs I provided for other artists.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so all of those were covers of songs that you wrote for other artists?
Yeah.
But
it was
an
anime theme song, or like an anime fairy tale theme song, or other anime or other idol group, or
Wait.
Hold on.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. We have a couple of things, Shay.
Right.
Oh wow.
We have some thoughts. So
that you take this other person, you embody that person, you put it through the mold of your creative brain, and then you bring it back into your brain.
And recreated the arrangement, and
right.
Yeah, made it again.
What is that like? Like, I'm just thinking, like, you're okay. Because you're creating something for somebody else, and you know who it's for, you know what it's going to be used for, but then it's like you sort of, at least in my mind, like reclaiming it as your own and like making it your own again. Like, is that, like, why did you decide to do that with this album?
There's kind of strange feeling to cover my own songs, but since I wrote those songs as more like a different person, so it doesn't feel like pretty much my own songs. So like it feels like other people's songs just, and I can just perceive them kind of fresh. Oh, this song is like that. Okay, this is kind of hard to sing.
Right.
Who wrote this? Me. Okay.
It's like, who is this person?
Yeah, I tend to write kind of very difficult songs, but I don't sing that, so that's fine. She's very technical, like a very skillful singer, so it's fine. And when I sing it, who wrote this? Me. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's like taking that moment to realize, like, wait, this is my song. Oh, okay.
My fault. Okay.
My fault.
I need to take responsibility. Okay.
So then we have your new single that's coming out on May 14th, Fire, which I got the chance to listen to, and I loved it. I feel like it's unexpected, but the thing is that like with your style, I feel like you never know what to expect. And I really, really liked this one. I really liked the electronic, kind of like bassy, like vibing, colorful, vibrant life of it.
Oh, I'm glad to hear so. Yeah. I like this song.
So that one's coming up. Are you excited? Like, what are your feelings about it?
Yeah, I'm so excited because it's a totally new thing that I never written before, and that in Japanese music industry, it's been kind of more like live music type of thing has been big trend. So I never done like that before. Like very little experience I had to do like electronic type of things, but in here, so more EDM type of things are like, or R&B, or everything is more beats and like a synthesizer type of music. So I wanted to try something those things, and I put my rock mental into that like format, and expressed myself as me. And also I tried rapping for the first time, and so it's so exciting to me. Oh, it's so fun.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
that you're not afraid to experiment with different like styles. I love that. I love that you're taking like you're identifying what the industry standard is and you're incorporating some of the components of that into your work, but then you're also saying, "Hey, I'm going to take it a step further and do what nobody else has done before."
Oh yeah, right.
Right. That's bold. That's really,
Yeah.
really bold. That's why, that's one of the reasons why, like, I just love you for that. Because, like, we are all about, like, finding ways to push the industry forward, right? So we as an organization are all about, like, hey, like, telling the industry, like, hey, this is the type of art that's out here. Let's appreciate that instead of continuing to appreciate the stuff that we always have appreciated for the past couple decades. Because everybody's
Yeah.
tired of it. So, my question is, you have such a different sound, right? But you have navigated like the J-pop industry. What has it been like for you having that new sound, having that innovative like artistic mind navigating the J-pop industry? Have you faced any like pushback? Have you faced any like problems because of that or huh, thinking about it?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult thing. Mm, uh, in Japanese pop industry, as an artist myself, I have been always acoustic type of artist, so I never changed that before. And as a songwriter, I only wrote melody and lyrics. So I don't do sound arrangement. So I could be very flexible and it just wrote melody and tell my image, or like make a simple reference of the like a track and send it to the producer, and they made the arrangement. So it was fun to just see how they make it. And oh, this song turned into like this, and just I need to just enjoy it. So it wasn't so difficult, but I needed to research every time. But so kind of similar to that, what doing here is right now. Yeah, kind of similar. Just like observing other musicians' works, and oh, this sounds cool. Oh, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
And like do make my own demo, and find the nice music producer and what I want to sound like that or something, and contact them and enjoy what they make.
So
okay, go ahead.
I have a question. So when you're working with these producers, because like you said, like they kind of create the background to your lyrics, your rhythm. So when you came to New York, like who are these creatives? Who are the people that are helping you with these tracks? Are they like, have you continued to work with your connections in Japan, or have you like made new connection working with new people in New York?
Yes, I wanted to make totally new things, and so I don't ask Japanese colleagues, but instead I'm finding new people in here. And especially, it's really fun to explore on sound better, and there are a bunch of nice producers, so you could search and whatever the genre and like those, yeah, and find the right one every time.
That's awesome. I also had a question, kind of to backpedal, But so you have had several songs on like the Japanese top hit list basically. And you said that a lot of the songs that are popular in Japan are kind of like these like slower, calmer songs. Have any of your kind of like electronic poppy rock songs ever made that list?
The songs were for other people.
Or your songs, because I read that you had some songs that had made Japanese top hit lists. Were those the songs that you wrote for other people?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
Cool though. Like, so those songs are. So did they? I'm curious about these songs because like they made the Billboard list, right? And those are the songs you wrote for those other like really 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 popular Japanese artists.
Mhm.
So were those songs? I think that's what you were asking Shay too. Like, were those songs like electric? Were they kind of in contrast to like the standard for J-pop? Like, were they very different sounding?
Uh Different sounding for Japanese people, Japanese
Mm-hmm.
artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, it's kind of difficult these years. Kind of many of the creators tend to follow the one trend, so
Mhm.
it used to be more diverse, a lot diverse in like 90s, but
Mhm.
after like 2010, it's been kind of like everybody's same on the top chart.
Right. Everybody wants to
Yeah,
be on the chart.
Is
yes,
that
right now, so everybody's following K-pop.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
or
true.
rock style right now in Japan.
oh,
Really? Rock?
Yeah,
okay.
rock is big trend.
Really?
Yeah,
That's incredible. So like when you're saying rock, you're talking about like what type of rock? Like hard rock, like metal, or like what type?
not like hard rock or metal, and but more related to those Vocaloid stuff style. Do you know that Hatsune Miku or
Hmm.
it started out from Hatsune Miku, the Vocaloid type of like young trend, like
Really? Right.
lighter rock band,
Mm-hmm.
very light, and probably some people put in some like electronic sound, but
Mm-hmm.
light and stylish type of rock band is kind of very big trend right now.
Do you feel that
Wow.
the Japanese market is kind of uh like confound almost to a certain style of music? Like has I'm just thinking to myself like this music is popular for a reason. Clearly, people love it. But how often are they reaching out for different styles of music? How often are they looking for rock music or electronic music? Because one thing that we talk about is the music industry's influence basically on what music gets heard. Because what music gets heard is what is marketable and able to sell in kind of like a guaranteed success. So we're always looking like, how is it switched up? How is there somebody who is kind of like whatever about like marketability? Like, this is my music. Do you think that the Japanese market is kind of like confound to that one style because that is what they know will sell?
Uh, this year, things has been a little bit changing, because of the YouTube or social media, like internet time.
Mm-hmm.
Young people are more free, like they're not controlled by marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So the record makers, the productions, they used to have the biggest power, but right now they don't have that much power to influence young people, and it's just young people find their own culture or like start something experimental things, and like just create very good music at
Right.
their home.
Right.
And like those people are getting more popular, and major companies are trying to follow them. Is I think that's what it is right now.
That's a really interesting take too, because I know that with the K-pop industry specifically, like there's like three major firms that have a big hold on K-pop.
Yeah, right.
They take that very, very seriously. Like when you have a K-pop artist, they train them. They make sure they have like rules for them. Like they can't do certain things. They can't have boyfriends. They can't have girlfriends. They can't have any sort of relationships. They need to, dance a certain way. They have to dress a certain way when they go out. So when
It's a
I
product.
yeah, exactly. A product and that like turning people into products. So that's kind
Yeah.
of what I always imagined like the music industry looking like in that like area of the world, like being like really restrictive like K-pop, because K-pop does have that huge international influence, especially in that region. So but you're saying that right now record labels and these sort of big entertainment firms, they're taking hint to like what the kids are doing nowadays, like what the younger generation is doing, what they're creating, and they're trying to follow suit. So, would you say that they're moving away from that kind of high structure, like heavy structure type of format, and moving towards like this more freer format?
Yeah, Japanese industry don't have doesn't have the power anymore,
Hmm.
and but still they are existing and doing the same scheme of
Hmm.
marketing or sales or those things.
Hmm.
But like more like smaller companies or individuals are like more active right now. I think there are more, but so many, too many of small individuals are active. And but also idol pop culture is super big, has been very big in Japan, not like K-pop, like a more immature younger like girls.
Hmm.
And they, yeah, they are now like under the very strict like hard conditions. Kind
Yeah.
of, it's been a big social problem too. It's
Right.
a little bit weird culture though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very strange. I was just curious about that because
Mm.
I know that the music industry operates different in that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So with that being said, I did want to like end off with our two questions that we usually end off on. Shay, did you have any other ones?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about so it is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And this is our first go at this month in trying to celebrate heritage as a platform. And I really want to focus, we always ask, or we want to know like how we can reset the industry. Like we do artist interviews, album reviews, playlists, we talk to artists like you, we try to have direct impact, but that's just us.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to be talking to an a top of the chain industry producer or label or something, like, and you would want the culture, the treatment of AAPI artists to change in the industry, how do you think the industry should change?
I have an idea of changing the industry.
Mhm.
Just I got in my mind right now. So I used to be in a very small, like a community in Japan, like an acoustic piano type of female singer-songwriter type of community.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And for long year, kind of over 10 years in Japan, and it that community wasn't so big at the beginning, but at some time, a certain point, like many more female artists started the activities. So like that community started to become like a bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Then so like if many more fans started to gather in that community, and now and we like try to tame the fans like as a manner or in meaning,
Mhm.
and like I kind of created something like a trend or like
Mhm.
those things, and it became a lot more comfortable than before, because now like everybody has something like a format to go with this like a direction or how to earn money from the like music activities.
Right.
So now younger like a female acoustic artists are more like probably easier to earn and make a living. It's kind of very easy in that community. So that because there are so many more people in that community is the key, I think. Then when I came to New York, I found that there's not so much communities for artists. So it's more individual in New York especially. So just when I go to somewhere like an open mic, or I want to meet somebody like those like similar type of artists or friends, and it was just those vocalists tends to be like very individual, so like they come together but they sing their own songs and it just bye.
Right.
Like I go back, oh my god, it can't be community. So when I go to the venue and it's just having my concert, but like not so many people gather like not so much different type of people coming to see like multiple artists.
Right.
They are not like that, so they're coming to see their friends and they just go back or go to another place or those things.
So what I'm hearing is kind of like forget about the industry, form a community and have like the fan support, you know, like have it so that fans are not just like, oh, I'll take what is marketed to me. I'm going to be a dedicated fan to this community. And any chance like another person can come into the community, great. Because a lot of the time in the music industry, it's very competitive. It's not like, let's work together, let's come together. It's like, oh no, you're my competition. Is that
so that's exactly, so that's why we need to unite more than like a similar type of artist or like a closer type of artist coming together. And if you like this type of artist, if you come to this like a website or like this community, you can find more like a similar type of artist. So fans are happy and artists could be found easily more. And it's like, I think that's the key, like for like minorities to not just I'm minority, I'm also minority, not like that, and it just come together, unite, and and that voice itself becomes bigger. I think.
Right, like it becomes more unified when you all band together.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, that's what we are, a community.
Yeah, because like, you know, we interview so many different kinds of artists, and like, you know, we want to tell everybody's story. And we, you know, in doing so, like we've gotten the chance to, you know, build a sort of community of artists on our platform, you know. So like sometimes,
fantastic.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Like some of the artists that we've interviewed, they've gone back to the page to see our roster of interviews. They've watched the interviews and they said, "Wow, I want to collab with that artist," and they work together. So like I agree that's something that's really, really needed, and we definitely want to kind of pave the way for something like that to happen. So, you know, even after this interview, like that's you exactly. Even after this interview, we still want to stay in contact. We still want to, you know, keep you a part of this TCR community that we cultivated, because you'll probably find a ton of really great artists to just collab with. And you specifically, given the kind of music that you create and like how it's always like a variation, you'd probably fit with so many different artists on our platform. So
you're a great collab artist.
Great collab artist.
So now we should ask our final two questions. Thank you for letting me ask that. So we like to end with two things. What advice do you have for our listeners who are maybe young creatives, maybe are seeking some inspiration or some fuel to keep going and need this sense of community? Like, do you have any last little things, tidbits of advice, or maybe even like tools that are helpful?
Yes, maybe just find anyone like having similar interests or same interests, and just see the positive people And even when you feel very lonely and there's nobody that agrees me, and but there are someone somewhere. So definitely find like those people and increase the time to connect those like people, like nice people, and you get good energy and you feel good, and you will be very creative by that. So I recommend that.
That's a beautiful answer, honestly. That's
Thank
really,
you.
no, it's really uplifting because, like, you're right. People need to find other people who really that they can vibe with, you know. So.
Yeah, kind of like a like hard workers type of people tend to try like a struggle in that like hard situation. I had to make it here and make it here. Especially Japanese people are all like that. But you don't have to be there. Just find somewhere else, like better place and better people, like for you. And that's not selfish thing. You have to kind of like a selfish, more selfish. It's fine. yeah. So like increase the happy time is the best answer, I think.
Yeah, mental health is everything.
Yeah.
And then our second question too, our last question is, you know, new music. When is it coming out?
We know Fire is coming out.
Fire.
Yeah, this month.
But do you have anything else that we should keep an eye out for?
Yeah.
If it's too soon, that's okay.
You don't have to tell us anything that you're not allowed to tell us.
Yeah, this one is just exciting for me to release it because like so many new challenge for me, and I think this song is very cool. And also I'm gonna try dancing in this music video, so I'm now preparing for that. So just I'm like exciting as like kid.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, we're so excited. We're so excited for that launch.
Can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, I already got to like listen to it. I'm really excited. Everybody else should go listen to it. Everybody should go follow Shihori on social media accounts. I've got your
links are in the description below.
Yes. Yeah. Check out in the description below.
I see something else here. Okay.
Yes, that. There.
Yay!
Also,
come see me.
You should also follow TCR. Also in the description below. Also subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe to Shihori's.
Perfect.
You know, all the things, all the handles.
All the handles.
Yeah.
So thank you all again for tuning in to another episode of The Culture Reset. Thank you so much for coming on. It was an incredible conversation. You're just a great radiant spirit. So just to have you as a part of our community is just so meaningful to me, I know.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Like, having me, and I had a very, very positive, amazing time with you guys. I'm so excited.
All right, we will definitely talk soon. Take care, everyone.
See you next week.
Yeah.